We didn't in the end. The other side came back. The war on drugs came full bore, and for about 20 years, they've been kicking our ass. I mean, we haven't won very many battles until about 96, when the tide started coming back our direction. So I wouldn't blame anyone if they're discouraged or jaded, or if they begin to doubt whether we can ever change things. But in fact, I will tell you that I am absolutely convinced that the momentum is now switched back in our direction again. The most obvious proof of that was in Oregon in November of 1998, when 67% of the voters in Oregon said, no, we do not want to arrest marijuana smokers. That wasn't just for medical use, that was for recreational use. And I don't think Oregon's the only state that would vote that way if the voters had a chance to vote on that issue. Our problem is that elected officials continue to act as if we're in the mid-50s and it's reefer madness. Now, part of that is because they came of age during a time when all they heard was zero tolerance and mandatory penalties and longer prison sentences, and marijuana arrests kept skyrocketing. So for a lot of politicians, they still believe that if they show any support for decriminalizing marijuana or legalizing marijuana, they're going to be called soft on drugs and defeated at the next election.
Exactly.
That is not the case, but we have to demonstrate that. We have got to demonstrate to our elected officials that there is a significant constituency out there. Middle-class people who vote, who live good lives, who work hard, who raise kids, contribute to their communities, the kind of Americans that we all sort of were brought up to think we're supposed to be, but they happen to smoke marijuana. And even those who don't, over half of them say it's unfair and that we should not arrest marijuana smokers. So I think the challenge for the reform constituency, and for Normal in particular, is to bridge that gap between public opinion and public policy. And I think that we are beginning to do that. But we've got a few years to go. I think the next 2 or 3 years we should be able to finally win the medical use issue. We've been winning it state by state. At some point, the federal government's going to have to cave in. They're going to have to change federal law, and that'll be taken care of. And then the major debate will shift to, well, should we at least decriminalize the user? And if we're going to decriminalize the user, wouldn't it make more sense if we had a legally regulated and controlled market? And obviously it would. Get rid of the black market. So I am absolutely convinced that in the time frame of 5 to 10 years, we will actually finally legalize marijuana in this country. Now, I'm going to turn optimist, Patrick. I'll admit to that.
I'm going to come back to take you up on your great undertaking.
I have to admit to you that in the 1970s, when things were going well and we were winning and the country was behind us,
I thought it was all going to be taken care of back in Jimmy Carter's
That's right,
era.
exactly. Under Jimmy Carter, I actually was quoted in many TV interviews and stuff as suggesting that by 78 or 79, we should have legalized marijuana, and we believed that. So I could understand if no one wants to believe me now, because I've been wrong before. But attitudes on drug policy, they shift like a pendulum, and for 20 years it was running against us. Well, it finally has started back our direction, and we're gaining momentum every day. So I really do expect great things over the next 2 or 3 years.
And Keith, we certainly appreciate everything that you have done, are doing, and we want you to lead us on to the promised land.
Thank you very much, Patrick. You're very kind.
Thank you.
We so happy we alive, we together can survive. Stop the bullshit, stop the lies, and now's the time to legalize. Tell me brother, tell me true, what the hell we gonna do? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? We so happy, we alive, we together can survive. Mother Nature, heaven sent, don't belong to government. Hey there, sister, what's the plan? Do you really understand? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? We so happy, we alive, we together can survive. Stop the bullshit, stop the lies. Now's the time to legalize. Half the world up in smoke. Where on earth can we take the tug? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? Human nature, full and free, modifies reality. Open up, inner flower, peace and love, inner power. Open up, inner flower, peace and love, inner power. Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me?